What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity, and I'm joined by my own personal hot commodity.
What's up?
That's Aunt B. And today we're covering our Attitude years. We're saying goodbye to 2025 and hello to WWF during the early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s. You can check out seasons 1 through 3 in the archives, and we are currently on season 4 covering WWF Smackdown from February 15th, 2001 from Uniondale, New York. This is the night after Valentine's Day. What were you doing on Valentine's Day in 2000?
Um, probably just going.
2001, sorry.
Probably just going to school.
Just going to school. Nothing
Yeah.
special. That was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But we're gonna find out what Vince McMahon did on his Valentine's Day because he comes out and he promises to show us a special moment that he had with his wife Linda to celebrate the holiday. He then introduces his son-in-law Triple H to come out and announce a stipulation for his match against Stone Cold Steve Austin at No Way Out. And Triple H ends up booking a 3 stages of hell match. It's the first match is a singles match. The second is a street fight, and the third is a steel cage. He promises that at No Way Out, he will finish the game, and Stone Cold Steve Austin will be finished. And then Vince goes on to book Stone Cold against Chris Benoit and Triple H versus The Rock, and he says this is going to be the winner of No Way Out. He raises Triple H's arm. What do you think of the stipulation now that it's been announced, the 3 stages of hell match here?
It's interesting. Like we've never really seen anything quite like this, and it's I didn't guess that at all. Obviously, because it's like out of nowhere. Um, I think it'll be. I think it's going to be a real brutal match.
Yeah, it's a good match. I remember watching it live, and it's a top match from that time period. But we're going to see more events and all these guys later on. We have Edge with Christian taking on Kane with The Undertaker. The tag team champions, the Dudley Boys, come out with a table, and these 3 teams will take on each other at No Way Out. During the match, Kane gets the win after landing a flying clothesline, and the Dudleys set up a table on the floor, and Christian and Edge attack Kane until Undertaker makes a save. Kane's on the apron. Undertaker pushes Christian into Kane. Kane falls off the apron, doesn't go through the table, but he's supposed to. And after that, the Brothers of Destruction land a double choke slam to Edge and Christian. So Edge and Christian have a death wish, man. Kane
I
almost
guess
went
so.
through that fucking table. But he didn't go through it though. Like it just sort of collapsed. It didn't even break.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
It was a good match. I don't know. I still kind of feel like we're going to see Kane and Undertaker maybe be tag team champions soon.
Yeah, I mean, they're fighting at No Way Out, so it could happen. We see Al Snow. He says that he's going to be going to Mick Foley's house because Mick Foley's in Long Island, New York. It's not far from Uniondale. We see a shot of Vince McMahon in her Greenwich, like, elderly home looking all, like, doped up and not present. We then have Matt Hardy with Lita and Jeff Hardy taking on Perry Saturn with Terry Reynolds. Dean Malenko comes out, of course, because Lita's out there. Uh, he grabs Lita, but Matt's able to roll up Perry Saturn for the win. After Dean kisses Lita, and then Lita slaps him, and then Lita gets on the mic and tells Dean this has to stop, and she challenges Dean Malenko to a one-on-one match on Raw's War this upcoming Monday. Hopefully, we're going to see the end of this with Lita.
I hope so too. It's been like 2 months now. It's ridiculous.
Do you think Lita's going to beat him?
Um, probably not on her own.
Well, you never know.
Maybe.
Dean Malenko will finally get his hands on Lita, but not in the way he wants to.
Maybe.
We then have Chris Benoit versus Stone Cold Steve Austin up next. And this is an interesting match because we saw both men go technical because Benoit kept saying, I'm the greatest technical wrestler. Austin's applying like an STF during the match. Triple H comes out and distracts the referee as Austin rolls up Benoit. Triple H tosses a chair to Chris Benoit, but Austin's able to land a stunner and gets the victory over the Rabid Wolverine, despite Triple H trying to screw him over.
This isn't the first time we've seen Austin fight
Benoit,
Benoit,
yeah.
so.
they had a good match though,
And
but
they kind of had the same premise last time. Benoit was like, "Oh, I'm a technical wrestler," and Stone Cold whooped his ass before. So.
but the story is now that Triple H tried to screw Austin, but he couldn't, and Austin's able to continue to screw over the game here. Vince McMahon then comes out with a big old Valentine's Day chocolate heart box, and he shows the footage of him visiting Linda. And again, Linda's doped up, and he gives her flowers. And he basically says that the reason why he's still married to her is because if they did get divorced, she would get 50-50 of everything that he and her own together, and he's not going to do that. He says he's going to be wearing this ring all the time, and he introduces a friend to Linda, and that friend is Trish Stratus. And Trish comes in and jokes about Linda being old, and Trish ends up kissing Linda's forehead. And Vince tells Linda, you can't even do anything. So he takes the flowers and gives them to Trish. He then comes back to the ring, and we see Vince call out William Regal and his girlfriend Trish Stratus. They come out, and before anything can happen, Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley runs out and tackles Trish. The two girls catfight, but they get separated. And then backstage in the parking lot, William Regal suggests that Vince should book Trish versus Stephanie at No Way Out, and Vince decides to do that. So, what do you think?
Well, I don't really see Stephanie turning totally good here, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see her in kind of a face position for a little while.
Who do you think will win that one, though, Trish or Stephanie?
I'm thinking probably it would be better for the storyline if Trish won. So I'm thinking Trish is going to win. Also, I think McMahon might have a little hand in it somehow, and William Regal. So I'm thinking Trish is going to win.
I was excited for this match as a kid, definitely, for sure. Intercontinental Champion Chris Jericho defends against X-Pac, who returned on Raw's War this past Monday. Jericho applies the walls of Jericho. X-Pac lands a low blow and an X Factor, but Eddie Guerrero runs out and attacks Jericho, getting Jericho the DQ victory. After that, though, Justin Credible comes out, and both Credible and X-Pac double team Guerrero until Chris Jericho makes a save and then hits Eddie Guerrero with a steel chair. And it looks like these three are going to go at it here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This Justin Credible doesn't really thrill me. And X-Pac is like, his only storyline is fucking going after somebody who, I mean, he put him on the show for a while. So, yeah. But, I don't know. I'm kind of bored with X-Pac and Y2J.
Jericho stands tall, though. Next up, we have Hardcore Champion Raven defending against the Big Show. And this is just a clusterfuck. We see the Ninja Woman attack Big Show with a kendo stick. Kai and Ty get involved. Albert, K Quick, Steve Blackman, Hardcore Holly, Taz. But Raven's able to run off with the Ninja and the title, and the match ends in a no contest.
It's like all these idiots go after the Hardcore title because they know it's the only belt they can win.
Exactly. Yeah. We see Al Snow visiting Mick Foley at Mick Foley's house, and Foley's like, the best way to get Vince McMahon pissed off, you should be the WWF commissioner. And Al Snow is like, yeah, that's a good idea. So, what do you think?
I mean, he can't just make himself commissioner. So it's like, I don't know how that's going to happen, but we'll see.
We got a famous interview here where The Rock is talking to Kevin Kelly backstage, and Kevin was seen picking his nose earlier. So The Rock makes him have his finger up his nose the entire interview, and it was pretty funny to see that. And then we have our main event here, Triple H versus The Rock. Stone Cold Steve Austin joins commentary for this match. Kurt Angle comes out while the referee is knocked out and hits The Rock with the WWF Championship. Austin goes after Angle while Triple H lands a pedigree to The Rock. And then Triple H yells at Austin because the referee is with Austin and can't make the pin for him. So The Rock lands a rock bottom to Triple H. But Kurt Angle attacks The Rock, so the match is thrown out. After the match, though, Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle both attack The Rock and Austin, with Angle applying an ankle lock to The Rock and Benoit applying a crossface to Austin. Triple H drinks the beer and pours it on the Texas rattlesnake. And the crazy end to SmackDown with all these heels taking out the faces here. What'd you think?
Yeah, well, last week we kind of ended with Stone Cold on top, so Triple H has got to get his in this week, and we still have another week before the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
So.
we've got one more Raw, one more SmackDown, and then we hit No Way Out on the road to WrestleMania 17. So definitely make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell if you like what you're hearing, so you can continue jumping in our time machine and going back to the Attitude Years. We also cover current stuff, Raws, SmackDowns. We just saw Crown Jewel. Survivor Series War Games is coming up. Saturday night's main event. The end of John Cena. So make sure you stay
4
tuned
dates
for all of
left.
that. So until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.